next.
Joe Mixon is here for the Buccaneers as they take on Jonathan Taylor's Indianapolis Colts. The winner goes on to the next round, and if it's Indianapolis, they will have a home game against whoever's left. Anyway, let's get it started in just a few minutes. The Colts, Falcons, the Colts, Buccaneers coming up. And Indianapolis used to be the Baltimore Colts. They used to be the Baltimore Colts. And here we go. Next.
Either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
We're just seconds away from getting this one started. And off we go from Lucas Oil Stadium. Has this at the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida. A super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
Jonathan Taylor on the first play of the game. Nice gain of 8 yards. This is how Tampa Bay got here. They won 27-10 over Las Vegas. And then they beat the Cardinals in Arizona 24-14.
Breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. That one finds Josh Downs. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
As for Indianapolis, they barely eked out a win over the Miami Dolphins 16-7. And in overtime, they beat the hard-charging Tennessee Titans 20-17. And then you're caught up on what games they played this season.
On first down, it's Richardson. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I don't know, but that looked like a soft throw to me.
All the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You've got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Play action with Richardson.
Wide open in the middle. Hit the ball at about the 32-yard line.
But not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 7-24 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll throw again, Richardson.
This is another completed pass at about the 6-yard line. Richardson is hot early on. Well, if Tampa Bay's supposed to win this game, they better start playing some defense. It's looking too easy out there.
It's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and goal, here's Taylor. And he can only get a lone yard.
This is build up. Somebody's down for the Colts.
We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention.
This was built up as a matchup between Joe Mixon and Jonathan Taylor. Mixon hasn't had a chance yet, but Taylor is doing great.
Second and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Working from the gun, it's Richardson.
He can try to run. He will have touchdown, the Colts.
Touchdown,
That looked easy right there.
Excellent opening series. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep.
Well, if they're going to play like that all game long, it's going to be a long day for the Buccaneers. But the game's just starting. We will see what happens.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the Buccaneers.
Baker Mayfield is in there at quarterback for the Buccaneers.
Former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Here's Mixon, he's our man, and he's looking good on the first play of the game. Get the ball all the way to the 47-yard line.
Big gain and a new set of downs.
That definitely was a big run by Mixon. He needs to keep that up and counter everything Jonathan Taylor does.
Nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Running for the first time.
Here he is again.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
He looked like he had the first, but he's running hard today.
Remember a run in this league that nice? It doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
They ought to give it to him one more time.
Second and inches.
Or you can do something else with a bit pass. They do pass. And it's a first down, or did he drop it?
He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Now, both these teams do have good
Play callers
defenses.
doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10.
Mixon again.
And they bring him down.
Had the ball at the 27 and another first down.
Give him an even 10 yards on the play.
Mixon is fired up.
Good enough for a Tampa first down.
He's our man.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Mayfield on first and 10. Finds his man. It's Godwin.
And it's another near first down play.
Franklin there to make the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more.
You can still you can pass on this down here if you like, or you can run. You can do either one. You can fool the team. That's what football is all about.
Mayfield.
First down. Caught at about the 7-yard line.
14 yards on a nice play.
Right now, it looks like the defense is taking a vacation on this day, on this drive.
Physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's
They can run the ball here. Mixon, he's our man. He's going in. He will get close. He's at the 3.
This is going to go as a pickup of 4. Second and goal coming up.
If he got the team there He needs to get down there and get that ball in the end zone.
Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from
I
the
wouldn't
3, here's second
go
and
for a
goal.
field goal on this possession. Another run play. Easy. Touchdown. Mixon.
The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
This was built up as a game within the game. Mixon versus Taylor.
The point after
We got ourselves a tie game. What will happen with the defenses now?
7-7.
Now, I've been talking all game, and they've been talking at the same time, and I don't talk. They don't talk.
Up and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7.
Gains 31 yards.
30 before he's brought down. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here.
Well, they better give it a shot because I think Tampa is here to play. They got Mixon. He's our guy. When we say that, we're talking in reference to Richard Nixon, the president.
They've got first down from the 31. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Gets in,
Deep pass.
under this throw.
Oh, my God. Touchdown. Did you see that?
And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown.
Oh, what a throw. What a play.
One to take the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude. Show me what
That's
you got.
one of the
Show off
best
those
throws
moves, and
I've
he
seen
did
in this
just
game,
that.
period.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity.
He
right?
had
Now,
the
when you
receiver
run that
in
play,
stride,
you gotta wait
and he
right
caught
from
the
the
receiver
jump.
at the
You
right
gotta
moment.
protect yourself from the
Defense
sideline,
were
too. Don't
lacking,
get pushed to the boundary.
and the
Give your
Colts have
quarterback room
taken
to
a
throw it
quick
up.
strike
You can find
touchdown lead. I don't know. The coach should be pissed off on that one. I've seen so many teams dink and dunk down the field, and the Colts took a shot and it worked for them. That's pretty good. What a game so far. You get a rare amount of these games this season. This seems to be one of them at the moment. Let's hope it stays electric here in Indianapolis. I never expected this. I thought it would be a close, low-scoring game.
Tucker now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28.
Now the question is, will they hang with Mixon,
Getting out there for their second drive.
or will they throw the ball down the field a little bit?
Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around.
Now this is going to be interesting right here. I could see them trying to duplicate what they did last possession with the run, but let's see what they do.
We'll start out with a 1st and 10.
Baker Mayfield.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield.
And he gets a big play
And they catch up to
all
him,
the
but
way
not
into
until
Colts
he gets a huge
territory.
gain and a first down.
Wow.
It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
This is a shootout here.
We often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They might go back to Mixon. Let's see. No, they go back to the air. And the tight end drops the ball.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Exactly.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Baker.
Baker.
Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They start out with a 3rd and 6. Got Evans, it's complete.
Mike Evans.
Down at the 23-yard line.
And the Colts defense is still lacking. Both defenses are lacking at the moment. And at some point, someone's got to make a play. Get a big pick or receive that fumble. Let's see.
They'll send him over right. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield.
He's dinking and dunking, and he got 6 yards. He got.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Mayfield to throw again.
In traffic. He got the catch at the 3.
That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Reminder, if Buffalo make that the Colts win the game, they will have the home field advantage against either San Francisco or the Jets, I believe.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Baker throwing again.
It's going to be a incomplete. Oh, now we have an idea. Atlanta will be taking on the Chiefs, so the Colts, if they win, they will be home against either San Francisco or the Jets.
They'll motion a tight end left.
Mixon couldn't get it in. Going to be 3rd down. If Tampa Bay win, they'll be on the road against either San Francisco or the Jets. Tampa Bay cannot get the home field advantage in this series. Mayfield going to hit it. Touchdown! Oh my. Buccaneers tight. Well, they're getting close to tying it up.
Mike Evans with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so
well. Right now, the defenses, I'm just not understanding. This is the same defense the Colts had last season.
He still finds a way to deliver.
That Colt team won 24-0. They actually gave up no points. And they beat the Eagles in the 2nd round last season. This is a tough team here in Indianapolis. I think they're going to lose a couple of players. Coach on the sidelines watching his boys play hardcore offense, even though he is a defensive-minded coach.
The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away.
Another game so far this has been.
Josh Downs to return it.
Hey, you're getting a hit now.
The return receiver. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play.
I feel so bad, I really do, and I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Throwing now, off play action.
It looks like he's going deep at the end. And it is going to be almost caught. I love the idea of a team throwing the ball deep.
Again, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
That changes everything when you can throw the ball deep and scare the defensive team to thinking that's what you're going to do.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson.
That's when you can throw underneath.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't.
There's going to be a 1st down and 10 at the 20, at the 43. The defense has got to make a play.
1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Middle pass again. 2nd down and 1.
Across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. It's an option to the left side. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And they finally bring him down. But
Richardson on the run is just marveling, playing well against this team. I don't understand how the defense let him run loose like that.
And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
Something's going on for both defenses today.
They're now set for 1st and 10.
Need a turnover.
Now Richardson to throw.
This time he will not go and get big yardage. And we got some defense finally. A sack.
Drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the Bucs 35-yard line.
Come down to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning of a high-scoring game so far. My goodness. The Colts looking for a score just before the break. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Richardson back to pass. Quick hit.
On target to Downs.
And do they move the chains? No. Because of that sack, they lost those yards. Before you have to gain those yards first before you can get a 1st down. It's 3rd down and 8 now.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
At least you got a chance for a field goal.
Throwing from the gun.
He's going to run again. He said, forget that. I'm going to get a 1st down running the ball like a man. And he does. Anthony Richardson playing great.
Right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
They still got, here we go.
From the red zone now.
Plenty of time. And that was almost picked. It should have been.
It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. And he goes down again. Richardson loved to stay in the pocket, but
2 left to work with before halftime.
They rushing him, and you can't stay in that pocket that long without hitting a receiver or throwing the ball away. That's what I've been telling them all year.
And for the Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Just got it away.
And now all of a sudden, the defense is slowly asserting its will against this offensive line of the Colts. That possession by that defense could be the key to winning this game.
Up and good from Fairbairn.
And we have a 17-14 lead.
That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bucs offense taking over late in the half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Evans brings in the slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
All right there. The defense is trying to slowly get involved. If you could stop them on the 2nd and 2, make it 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, that'd be excellent for the Colts.
From the 36.
It's a bad. That defense gives up more yards. You call a timeout.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, here's Baker.
Mayfield. And that should have been intercepted. Come on, guys. Y'all got to get the pick. What happened to your hands?
Break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun.
And it's picked off. It's picked up. Baker Mayfield with the interception. And I told you it was probably going to happen by one of these quarterbacks. And it's Baker Mayfield, a veteran, who throws the pick.
That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts.
Alec Pierce having a marvelous day.
Left too, so points very much still in play here before the half.
Fitch Fries is now a Minnesota Viking member in real life.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It is caught left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Just 15 seconds left.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Then it'll be halftime. You can throw the ball to the corner.
Trying to throw here out of the gun.
He does not. He doesn't even run towards the corner. He runs into the middle.
To that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a
But they
first
try to
down.
clock it. Do they have enough time?
Halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
Two seconds left. 17-14 Colts lead. Halftime is just about here.
Here's Matt Gay for the Colts field goal.
They're going to try to get the field goal.
52 yards.
Kick is up. And it
This
is
kick is
good.
He needed to get all of it there, and he did.
Wow.
Halfway point from Indianapolis with the Colts out in front at the break. Now it's down to Florida where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
What a game.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. The Colts got a strong first half from their quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Exactly. The Buccaneers will get the ball
Here's
first.
Gay now to handle the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Tampa Bay sending its offense out to begin the third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be fiery to start this second half too as they chase this lead.
I think they need to go back to Mixon a little bit. Right now, early in the third quarter, you don't have to rush to score a touchdown. You can even get a field goal. But run the ball and let the other team get tired going into the fourth quarter.
They've got first down from the 31. Trying
They go
shake
back
off
to
the
pass.
interception. He's looking to throw. Completes this one to Otten.
That's why they're coaching and I'm here.
Up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is
Reminding
the
you, this is a Carlu
completion.
Senior
Sets up second
network.
and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the 38. Has him on the quick hitter. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
If Tampa Bay goes on to lose
Great
this
throw
game,
to a nice route and catch.
I'm going to say it's
Moving the
because
chains.
they
There
went away from the running
wasn't
game,
a
which
lot
was
to
so
like.
successful
That amazing play.
in the first quarter.
Ball on the 45. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. And that's good for a gain of 5. Kenny Moore there to make the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Will he give it to Mixon? Let's see. He does not.
Hauled in left side. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
Okay, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say,
The biggest play of the game so far. 3rd and 5 at the 40-yard line of the Colts.
when you call a blitz and you don't get home and
Or
you
is
don't
it-
hit the quarterback,
yeah.
you've earned nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Baker throwing again.
He's going to try to run. No, he throws out of. Oh, my God. He had the opportunity to run the ball.
No resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Colts offense.
A touchdown here will put this game out of reach, I believe.
Take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson finds his man down.
That's it.
And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 28. Sideline throw reeled in by Downs. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. The Buccaneers add another DB. 3rd down coming up. Option give to Taylor. And they'll make a stop up at the 46-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Richardson is out dueling Baker Mayfield.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Got to be 2nd down and 7 with Richardson and the Colts.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Taylor again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, and if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Paul. What he
And for the
said.
Buccaneers, it's a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Play action with Richardson.
He's going to try to run it.
Move.
He's got to be close to it. He's got the 1st down. He can start. No.
And they catch up to him, but not
That is the
until
difference
he's got a
between
huge
winning and
gain
losing.
and
The extra
first down.
effort put into running the ball. Richardson is doing it for the Colts. They don't have to worry about snow.
Want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
On 1st down, it's Richardson.
Richardson again.
Quick slant into the hands of Downs.
It's looking evident that they are going to the next round. They're already up by 6. They score a touchdown.
Gives them 1st and goal.
They can go up by
Part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the
13
completion
points,
and made
maybe
so
even
much
15
more
points.
by adding all the extra yardage.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Richardson back to pass. He throws, and he threw in coverage.
But a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested.
How about
know
Mick?
it's a physical game,
Yeah.
all 100 yards.
He's got a pass.
Red zone and end zone.
Uh-oh.
Get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Time and
This
again,
is the game
receivers
for
will tell
Tampa
their
Bay.
quarterbacks, just give
You
me a
stop him
chance.
and
Just
only
give
give him
me
a field
chance.
goal.
Just throw it up and give me the
You have a
opportunity.
shot
Well, in this case, with even two
to win this
defenders
game.
trying to cover
You
that
only
wide
be down by
receiver,
2
couldn't get
scores.
it done.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Not
Taylor.
a high 2 scores. Jonathan Taylor is outdoing Mixon because they've given him the ball, and plus his team is winning. Touchdown, Taylor.
Touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. 5 a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Now the Colts leaving the offense out there. They're going to try for 2. He's throwing for it. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You spend all week on 2-point plays, trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff.
Colts make this the Buccaneers have got to score a touchdown. Maybe even get the 2-point conversion.
26-yard line. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield.
And this is going to be 6. Oh, my God. He's at the 10. 9. Touchdown.
That's a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Quick strike score for Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter.
What a game this is.
Mike Evans with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, Brock, it speaks to the constant threats that these slant routes pose that we aren't all too surprised when one of them breaks for something much bigger than its design, right? And it ends just like it did in a touchdown.
Yeah, Kate, that's exactly right. And the great quarterback coaches, they demand of
You go for
their
an extra
QBs
point.
to put it right on the money. Because when you hit that exact spot, when you don't slow your receiver down and he can catch a run, especially with the elite athletes at that position in this league, big plays follow.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers trim the deficit down to 5.
Well, we were talking 13. Now it's 5. 13-point lead, 12-point lead. Now it's a 5-point lead. Any turnover by Indianapolis, Tampa Bay can make it their chance to get a touchdown and take the lead. What a game this has been.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Downs on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive.
From the Colts, what do I do? Got to establish that run at some point. You're not in a rush to score a touchdown. You want to make first down.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here.
There's the run.
Gets it to begin the drive.
Get hits once, get hits twice. If they were more consistent with that one.
He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They just get the play off. That one falls incomplete.
Richardson has taken 2 sacks in this game that you don't need to have happen.
For 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money.
Colts have got a punt, and Tampa Bay got a shot taking a lead.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time.
If I'm Tampa Bay, I'm trying to run that ball.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Second and 3 now.
There's Mixon. There we go. That's what I'm talking about all game long.
And he takes this into enemy territory to the 48-yard line.
They went away from it all game.
Strike for 23 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa
except for that early possession they had.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they
Listen again. He moves to Powell. After he gains 5 yards.
It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Now you can play action off of that.
Run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Keeping it with Mixon.
Oh my God, look at that. That second effort. Mixon, he's our man.
He's just short. So that's 3rd, less than a yard.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next
Oh, he didn't get the first?
Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs.
This is 2-down territory here, folks.
I created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
There it is.
Third down, Mixon gets it.
Mixon.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
You should rush another time right here, right now.
They've got first down.
You can do it. There's no rush to get this touchdown. They pass it. It's his receiver. Good game. I'm telling you, this will be uploaded.
Well, he felt to pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Mayfield now from the gun. That's going to be caught by Evans.
The strength and the determination of Baker Mayfield is showing because he threw that interception earlier, and it looked like this is going to turn out to be a blowout, but
Gotta move them chains, build momentum, and keep that defense on its heels.
but the Buccaneers quarterback has come back. And they hit Mixon. Mixon, he's going to get another first down. Mixon is at the 5-yard line. I told you he was the man.
They just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles.
What a game this is. An all-time classic.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Buccaneers facing a 5-point deficit. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal.
Mixon, not this time though. Oh wait, is he? Oh, can you believe it? What a touchdown for the Tampa Buccaneers! What a run that was!
Taking the lead late.
Oh my!
Touchdown.
I can't believe that happened. He was down, and yet he was relentless. He couldn't be stopped. And he scores a touchdown.
So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time.
They're going to go for 2.
For them to go mount a response.
Big play. Has it. And the Colts need a field goal to tie it at least.
Teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant.
What a game this has turned out to be. How do you like that?
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route. When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
Now, will Baker Mayfield, full of resilience, resolve this? Make that the Colts, Anthony Richardson, will he be able to take this upon himself and be the champion of this game?
Get lined up and they will kick this away.
I know they're not going to give the ball to Taylor. Ooh. This is it.
Themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here.
I could see overtime here. Well, let's see if Richardson can get him down to at least the 35-yard line. They have a chance. Can't throw the ball. You can't have a fumble or an interception.
This drive started. 1st and 10. Here he is to
Richardson back to pass. Got a receiver. It's Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Richardson, let's see if he got it in him. 2nd and 1. He's going to throw. He overthrew him. It's going to be 3rd and 1. You can run the ball.
More difficult if you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows and the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit.
Got 3 receivers on the left side and 1 on the right. Is the play? Will he run the ball? He's going to throw it. It's caught and a 1st down at about the 47-yard line for the Colts. Richardson, what a throw. That's what you call pressure. Yes, that's what you call pressure. And he done it.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass.
This is a screen. He's got blockers. He's got people. He hits past 1.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
Here's Richardson. Will he have any pressure on him? No. But he catches the ball. They are in field goal range.
Just short of the 30.
Are they going to go for the field goal? They don't want the field goal. They want the touchdown.
Hang on. They want to take another look at this play. And a very important call coming up late in this game.
Previous play is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it,
Well, look, slow it down.
Yeah,
He's got the ball,
it's a
tap.
perfect look. This is why teams scout
And
body control and field awareness for these pass catchers.
I don't know.
For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens so fast.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the officials looked at it twice. The replay officials in New York agreed.
I don't know.
Field's gonna stand.
I seen a catch.
2 timeouts remain
1
and some time
foot
left
in,
to use them. It's 1st and 10.
and the right foot didn't make it. But hey, I don't get paid for that.
Taylor.
Taylor.
That's good yardage with a new set of downs.
He's hurting like a horse, like a colt.
Timeout Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do with it.
A new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal.
Thank you, Dr. Skull, 1939.
Back to throw.
Richardson throws.
This is made in close.
And the ball's at the 2.
This is down all the way to the 3. That's a
They are in
big
glorious
17
position to
yards.
win the game without
First
going
and
to
goal.
overtime. Richardson looking like a Superman.
Offenses are all about, why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line.
Oh, he fumbled the ball. I can't believe it.
Buccaneers.
What a ball.
And he's going to be brought down after getting this up.
I
to
can't
32.
believe Richardson.
Gosh, we have seen
The
these
Colts
quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone.
fumbled the
Certainly not one
ball.
of them. Careless with the football, left an
This
opening for
reminds
those
me of the
defenders to not
Eagles
create
versus the
escape
Giants.
without surrendering any points.
And the Colts will lose on a fumble. Oh, what a world. What a disaster for the Colts. They had it,
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down.
and the game ends like that.
With a win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock
And the
run
fans
out.
are booing.
And with
I
10
don't
seconds
blame
left in
them.
this game, they're going to burn their final timeout.
We told you about the turnovers that could happen. Baker had an interception. But the most important one happened a few minutes ago where Richardson took the handoff.
Here, and they can start to
The man
celebrate
was
this
running
win.
at him, and he fumbled. And the game will go on in infamy.
Formation, right, Brock? The victory
And
formation here as he
infamy.
takes a knee.
Nothing left to do
What a
now, Kate,
loss
celebrate on one side
for the
and watch
Colts.
on hopelessly from the other.
Oh, my God.
Hard-fought effort to get to this spot.
The final
Now you
score is
gotta do it for
29-26.
So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers.
What a deflated
And finally,
feeling.
Brock, they can exhale
And the
take a few
Buccaneers
breaths
will go
because,
on
I don't imagine any of them were
to the next
pleased on
round.
that one with how close this game was.
They would take on the Jets or the 49ers on the road.
Yeah,
D,
it
all
is-
of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
It's just been reported that there's some fights in the stands, and I don't know what's going to happen here. Police has been called in to stop all this madness that's going on. Buccaneer fans and Tampa Bay fans are getting into it. Oh no, a grandmother did not get punched in the face, did she? No, she did not get punched in the face. That was a man dressed as a grandmother. He got punched in the face for wearing a Tampa Bay jersey. Oh, what a way to lose if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And on that note, until next time, so long, everybody.